Hello, and welcome to Dolphin's Dive, the weekly strategically minded Handelabra stream hosted by Logic Dolphin. Handelabra believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against those goals are not welcome and will not be tolerated. You can follow us at Handelabra Games on Twitch and Handelabra on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can follow me personally at Logic Dolphin on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Discord, pretty much any avenue. Sentinels of the Multiverse, Bottom of the Ninth, One Deck Dungeon, Aeon's End, and Spirit Island are all available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices, and One Deck Dungeon is also available on Switch. And you can find more information on those games at handelabra.com. Alrighty, welcome to Christmas Eve. I'm here with John in the back seat. 100 pies. 3.1415926535897932384626433832779509371058209749937510582097494445. Yeah, that's right. 923078164606289986280348253421706798214808651328230664709384. Force 0938. I think that's as far as I know it. It's really funny because I have about 100 or so digits memorized, and it's funny because when I'm checking whether someone is reciting pi correctly, I'm able to just do it in my head. 13282-30664-70938. Yeah, that's as far as I go. I have it like memorized in batches of 5, so that's about as far as I have it memorized. So it is accurate to that point. It's not random digits. And a lot of times when I recite pi, a lot of people say, you're just calling me up with numbers randomly. But like, do you know how hard it is to come up with numbers randomly? Like, just start reciting random numbers, all right? 7519755935975175175. I just like, and I was trying that honestly, but I said a lot of 5s and 7s in that, so look at that 0006606. Oh, right there. Yeah, it's really hard to come up with numbers randomly. And you can't even like say I'm going to do 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 you know. But when you try to come up with numbers randomly off the top of your head, you just start repeating digits or only using like 3 or 4 digits. Or once you hit a 42069, game over, man, game over. But where is the first time 54 occurs in pi? Fun fact, it occurs in slot 54. No, it doesn't. I honestly don't know, because I haven't actually thought about that. It doesn't occur for a while, it looks like. It's a conjecture that every string of digits occurs in pi at some point. I don't know if that's been proven, but it's pretty likely. That said, just because it's an infinite decimal that never repeats doesn't mean that it's going to have every string of digits in it. There's 54 right there. Like if you take the number 0.01001 00001 00001 00001 0000001, where it's like you increase the number of zeros between each one by one more. That is an example of a decimal that never repeats and is infinitely long, but since it only has zeros and ones in it, it doesn't have every possible string of digits. So that number is also irrational, by the way. So you can't even just say that because the pi is irrational, it has to have every digit string in that. So those are some random factoids for you. Some of these are courtesy of me being a mathematician and all and understanding how numbers work and shit. But we're playing Kaargra Warfang. We're here to play Sentinels, not to nerd over. Kaargra Warfang in Time Cataclysm with Akash'Thriya, Nexus of the Void? No, that's an environment. Spirit of the Void, something like that. And then Prime Warden's Arch at Adept, Sentinels, Chrono-Ranger Best of Times, and Super Sentai something. I'll figure out what those are. Super Sentai? No, I don't know. Begin the nerding over Sentinels, exactly. Come and fight for my pleasure. Are you worthy combatants? Find out for glory. Dissolve, decay, blight the island, flip the blight card. You now each get 1 extra play and 1 extra energy per turn. Super Sentai Idealist. And this is Spirit of the Void. I was close. And is this Extreme or Prime? It's Prime. I gotta actually change the art because I've been using like foil art forever. I should probably go to like standard art for once. Try to remember that before the next game, so I don't think you can just like change it here, can you? I don't think you can. I can uncheck use animated foil effects. So now it's no longer dazzly foily, but it's not different art though. Use collector artwork by default, resets all cards. If I uncheck that, does that change it? I don't think it did. Did it? I don't know. I have to go and do stuff somewhere. Can I actually change it? I can't change it here, right? No. John's gonna tell me how this works in a second. Anyway, it's not even advanced or challenge. It's just vanilla Kaargra Warfang. You get a gladiator and an extra card play, and on her flip side, she deals damage the highest into the second highest, and plays a card. And heroes cannot win the game while she's out and about. Or as they say in Canada, oot and a boot. I would have to restart the game. Okay, well, we'll figure this out later. It's a one-shot, meaning that we're, you know, mint rolls. Akash'Thriya, Spirit of the Void has Creeping Mold, Cultivation, Earth's Attunement, and Instantaneous Maturation. Primord's Argent Adept has Instrumental Conjuration, Booster Agni's Harp, Polyphoric Flare, Infernal Sonata. Dr. Medico, Mainstay, Idealists, and Writhe. I have Dark Delusions, Fling into Darkness, Positive Energy, and Sentinel Tactics. Best of Times Chrono, Compounded Bow, Displaced Armory, Hunter and Hunted, Temporal Grenade. Super Sentai Idealist, Board Now, Conceptualize, Making Things Up, and Strange Super Ego. Alright. So we have Soul Slayer Parith, the Seeker, and Kaargra is in play. Which is great because she gets another card play after this. And Impassable Andolin, who is there to take the Seeker. And the hero with the most cards in play is Sentinels, of course. One of my regrets is that I didn't submit Coliseum voices. So when I heard that there was going to be something for the one Oblivion environment, I signed up for it, but then I realized you have to sing for that one, and I can't sing, so I didn't bother with that one either. But it would have been nice if I were good enough to actually submit artwork for the Coliseum. I would just shout 54 repeatedly. Oh, you can add me in. Oh, I thought it was finalized. I guess you don't want to do it, you know. I wasn't sure. Well, I figured it was a finalized product or whatever, but whatever. Yeah, so we have the Seeker out. When a target damages another target that has a damage reducing effect, put this card under that target that dealt damage. Oh. Oh, this is positive for me. Target that dealt damage. So anyone who deals damage to Impassable Andolin then gets the next damage is increased by 2. Increase the next damage dealt to that target by 2 when this target deals damage to a target. However, it's not good for Akash'Thriya to get this one because she hits herself a lot. And Argent Adept sometimes hits himself and very rarely hits anyone else. Actually, Argent Adept can't really do much this turn unless his bottom card has an accompany, because these don't have no stinking accompanies. Positive energy would be a really easy way for Idealist to get it. Writhe could also get it. But Idealist already has innate damage dealing, which makes that easier for her to use. It also, well, it destroy a target. But this is a weird game where we don't want to, like, you know, do things the normal way, so taking out Impassable Andolin doesn't really make sense. We want to take out Kaargra, but we could take the title that's there. And destroying a target does put a new title out at least, but yeah. We have this instantaneous maturation here. Gives us random seed. Random seed also gives us damage here. What would be a good seed to have right now? Something that hits the lowest? Well, that is rather, let me finish. Let me say what exactly. I was like, which one of these hits the lowest? This one hits the lowest. Whenever a target is destroyed by this card deals each non-villain target 2 infernal damage. So we do have to be careful with seeds that they don't get destroyed by Soulslayer Parath. We could try to focus our energy on Soulslayer Parath instead. Of course, that means we're not hitting Kaargra. Wait, don't we have one that reduces damage? When this card is played from the environment deck, yeah, reduce damage dealt by those targets by 2. Soulslayer can't kill seeds if you kill them first. Oh, that's Galaxy Brain. We don't have any other ways of putting seeds in the trash yet, so now let's do the damage reduction one. It at least stops Kaargra from getting 2 favor points for dealing 4 damage twice. And I mean, this deals 3 targets. We could select 3 targets. We could, like, reduce Argent Adept's damage so you could play this card and nothing happens. No, I think we just reduce their damages. So now Soulslayer Parath does nothing, and Impossible Andolin does 1 damage. So yeah, we could just focus on Kaargra then. Play card or shuffle the environment trash into the environment deck. I suppose I might as well play a card. There isn't like ongoing destruction here, so there is. Each player destroys 1 of their stuff. Ew. Well, I might as well play something then, I guess, although Wait a minute. It's just really funny when like the dialogue lines up with what I'm thinking, like, wait a minute, this plays a card. But I'm probably just gonna discard the card. We're gonna change the order of environment cards because John clearly stacked it so the top card was main computer room. So we're gonna get rid of that crap. I don't think we're playing a card here. We're gonna draw. Hey, Akash'Thriya. And a Primordial Seed deals 1 damage. Still doesn't get seeds into the trash, unfortunately. So, the bottom card is stacked to be something awesome, but we could totally screw with it by instrumental conjuring. Problem is I have no idea what instrument I would even want. I don't know that I would play this because I don't know, like, if the bottom card happens to be a song, you know, melody, rhythm, harmony, I would probably want to select an instrument that goes along with it. Yeah, what is that thing? I'd probably just play the harp. Like, I'm probably definitely doing this. There's a 50-50 chance that Seamus streams on Christmas Eve. And nary a creature was sleeping. Not even a sleeve. Wait. I'm just gonna put the harp out. You don't always need a harp, but then you have it. Well, awesome. I can use the harp. Yeah! But now I drew a second conjuration, so now things are getting pretty serious. Your plans for Christmas Eve got smashed by COVID, yeah. COVID is terrible. All right, who wants this? Idealist wanted it, right? Like, she can get it immediately and then increase the next damage to Kaargra and Soulslayer Parith by 2, which also gets us a token. Right? Yeah. Hello, Totox. And welcome to Christmas Eve Eve. The Seeker! Order doesn't matter. So now things are all tied up. Could have used block instead, because like that 4 damage could have happened from anyone, but this isn't hitting Sentinels. This is not hitting anyone. This would be hitting Sentinels, but it's for 1, so it's not gonna like add tokens, basically. I could reduce all damage to Sentinels by 1 just to make this not deal any damage, but that doesn't seem useful. Right, so now of this bunch, we have no bounties in play. So, could displace Armory for something entirely random, which is... we already have a temporal grenade? Yeah, we do have one. I was gonna say there's 2 temporal grenades in here, but there's only 1. So Danny Boy would do nothing. Jim's hat would allow me to play another card. Neurotoxin Dart Thrower would allow for a minus. The Masada would do nothing. Temporal Grenade we wouldn't really want to use. So that's like, what, 3 equipments that are bad here? So we don't do that then. We put out the Compounded Bow so that we at least have something to do with my power. Because like, even if I get Jim's hat, like... if I get Jim's hat, I play the bow anyway. If I get Neurotoxin Dart Thrower, I deal 1 damage. And I reduce damage probably by Kaargra by 1, but that's a 20% shot. I think we'll just do the bow. For that next turn I could, you know, use the bow as well. Now I don't think I used this up though. I guess that's the problem, is that I don't get the 4 damage on here. Maybe I should have done something different. I don't have any concepts. We can have concepts with making things up, maybe. Our goal is going to be to do 2 damage, I suppose. Who's the sadist who created the unlock conditions for Lifeline Blood Mage? Yeah, they're, I believe they're mostly done by Christopher, and for the record, he prefers Christopher over Chris. Search your deck for a concept and put it into play. Put this card under a concept in play. This could do 4 damage. This would also do 4 damage twice. Well, by 4 damage, I mean if there's a +2 already, this would do 4 damage to 2 targets. on both targets. I mean, I get what you're saying, Seamus, but at the same time, I don't think my statement's inaccurate either. Like, there are people named Christopher that prefer Chris. There are people named Christopher that prefer Topher. No? Like, I don't know that it's distinguished to say, oh yeah, it's not a preference for Christopher versus Chris. I mean, I've had people ask me, what do you prefer to be called as? I mean, my name's Mark. It's not a preference, my name's Mark. That's a bit like standoffish IMO. Okay. I mean, you can state that it's not a preference, but I mean, I still think that I mean, I understand, like I understand, like I'm on the side of Christopher here. I'm not saying don't call, like I'm not saying call him whatever you want, but because that's absolutely rude, but flying stabby knives. We're winning. Also, what did we discard? So we avoided the filter spy. 4 damage from an environment target does not add to the Bloodsworn Coliseum. That's nice. But now we have the giant mutated specimen, which is hitting Kaargra. When the target enters play. Hello, Orm Hive-Minded. You are now Stonejaw. Awesome. Target with lowest HP will not be dealing damage. Which means... Wait, what's going on here? So... Add 1 token for each environment card in play. Obviously, that's terrible. And then this guy, yeah, so no one else is hitting the Strangling Roots, so it's gonna be the Strangling Roots. And the Strangling Roots, when this card is destroyed, destroy an environment card or a target with 3 or fewer. Well, that gets rid of Giant Mutated Specimen. Probably destroy it with, like, Chrono. And the person we hit here is not at risk of going lower. Here with the highest is Akash'Thriya. We can't control that. There's also going to be a token there because of 4 damage. Let's throw it to Medico. Yeah, the Strangling Roots doesn't deal damage except for innate power. That's fine. Ooh, we can get the seed. We can get Akash'Thriya to not deal damage. If I played the top card of the environment deck, what would be the worst that can happen? Is there anything that says when this card enters play, blah blah blah? I think most of it is at the end of the environment turn, blah blah blah, or at the start of the environment turn, blah blah blah, or when a card enters play, blah blah blah. So there's no things that come out that would... Yeah, right, terrible. Innate power currently does 0 damage, but draws or plays, so what would I want to do here? Problem with Akash'Thriya, I guess it regains 2 HP. It could be hit by Soul Slayer, and could be hit by Ash Claw. And as long as there's no extra damage floating around, it would survive. So what are the other effects here? The first time an environment card is played, blah blah blah. Yeah, we don't have anything in the trash though. There's not really much reason to do that one. I want to like put extra HP on Akash'Thriya if I can, but Vernal Sonata. That's how we do it. I mean, it's not like Argent's doing anything. Jeez. Also, Orum's bad. And also has a -1, so it's rather hard to get rid of, but... What is with this game? Chrono-Ranger with no bounties, Argent Adept with no songs, Akash'Thriya with no means of putting seeds in the environment trash. The only heroes that are ideal here are the heroes that have Idealist. Sentinel Tactics is probably happening here. Oh, this heal. Well, this heals Akash'Thriya. Okay. But I'm probably just drawing. I guess I could put out Creeping Mold and make it the target of other things. I mean, this playing from the environment deck doesn't do that much. It does give us a favor point, but this is one that can just be targeted. And it makes this do damage, which isn't that much damage, but... How does this deck deal damage? So what did we skip this time? We skipped surprise shopping trip. I guess Strangling Roots is currently targeted by Soulstar Parath, which is the danger, but we're also planning on destroying it ourselves, so we're not healing that one. I guess just Akash'Thriya and... I'm not really worried about the Sentinels. They're tanky. I think it's a Chrono. So I'm playing Vernal Sonata. The heal Akash'Thriya. That heals Strangling Roots too. It's not really ideal. Like, I could do Displaced Armoring for 1 damage on the Strangling Roots and then something else. That said, the earlier we take out Strangling Roots, the earlier that we get a title card. But I don't really have, like, means of doing that very effectively. Like, Argent Adept is at the mercy of his deck. Idealist is trying to focus her energy on Kaargra because of the Seeker. Oh yeah. Actually, we get 2 title cards if we destroy Strangling Roots because... Oh, maybe I should have just destroyed Strangling Roots. I had 1 damage. I could have just destroyed Strangling Roots. Dang. 1 second ago, I had damage. And then now I'm wondering where my damage is. But yeah, destroying Strangling Roots destroys a target, and then this destroys an environment card, which is itself a target, so we get 2 titles. But we're a bit late for that now. Well, I guess I'm conjuring. Because like that draws a card. So we're just gonna conjure or a Lyra, and we'll assume that we'll find Inspiring Supertonic with this. Syncopated Onslaught. Hey! We did it! We found the damage! We found the damage! What's damage? Alright, so the current titles are: when a target deals damage to multiple hero targets and multiple villain targets in the same turn, increase damage dealt by this target by 1. When a target destroys 3 targets in 1 turn, damage dealt by this target is irreducible. Unfortunately, it's hard for Sentinels to pull that off. It's actually really... It's more likely for Idealist to do it, because she could just damage 4 things that are 2 heroes and 2 villains. That's what keeps Jeremy happy. Wait a minute! So I could go super big damage on Kaargra here. Dealing each villain target 2 Inferno gives us a favor point. Idealist dealing 3 to Kaargra followed by 5 to Kaargra gives us a favor point, and then later 2 damage to Kaargra would become 4, which would give us another favor point. And that gets us closer to winning. It does nothing for Aurum. But maybe the condition for Aurum is we just win before they win, you know? Our victory condition is to win before they win. Which... who knows in what direction that's happening. Don't have enough damage for this. This would put Soul Slayer down to 5, which is not good enough. Dark Delusions would be the most damage, but I think we're planning on healing the tree, weren't we? Tree has innate healing, but if we want to be safe, we want to have slightly more HP on it. It's going to do Sentinel Tactics. Like, it doesn't make a difference if I do Dark Delusions this turn or next turn, I feel like. We're still going to do damage increase on Kaargra. HP recovery to the tree. I guess the problem, since I put a seed out,
I got 50,000 credits.
Creeping Mold is currently hit by Parith. And we don't really want Parith to also destroy that card, but we also need Ashclaw Revelos to hit the tree, so this is tricky. Just terrible tech strike to kill the seed. You know, just like you know, all the seeds we're putting out are just great means of getting titles in play. I think we do Displaced Armory. See what we would have gotten with this. Oh, wait, what am I talking about? This gives me anything I want. Wow, read the card. I could choose what I want. Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. I didn't play it because I'm like, there's a 20% chance this is hopeful. There's a 100% chance that Logic doesn't know what he's talking about. Okay. Here's where John says, that's why I wondered why you didn't play it. See, I think I confused it with... Actually, no, the other one also searches your deck for a bounty. Frick. Like... Okay. It's not expats. Yeah, I was confusing it for expat. Yeah, where's the backseating that John promised? Where's the backseats? Now the problem is... It's still between like Jim's Hat and Neurotoxin Dart Thrower here. Problem is that we don't really have another card we would want to play. Like, you play Hunter and Hunted and then you have it, but we don't have any bounties. I could play Neurotoxin Dart Thrower, but I wasn't planning on hitting Kaargra with it because we have a +2 setup for Idealist. If it was Expatriates, you'd have a 40% chance.
That one is a truly mighty warrior.
I don't know, I spent like 30 seconds trying to think if that was actually true or not. It has to be, right? Like, 2 out of 5. I'm trying to, like, I was trying to think, like, it's either the first card or it's not the first card and is then the second card. That'd be what, like 1 out of 5 plus 4 out of 5 times 1 out of 4, which is 1 out of 5. So 2 out of 5, yeah. I just spent way too long trying to math that out. I don't know why. Call it Winter Break-itis. Call it every time I see a probability problem. I always have to think that the easy thought is not the correct thought. I told this to my brother, and it took a while for us to work out why it's true, but like one of the things that makes probability the absolute worst is this riddle. I have 2 children. One is a boy born on Tuesday. What is the probability that I have 2 boys? The answer is 13 out of 27. And that's not a joke. It's actually 13 out of 27. To which you have to wonder, what the hell? 1 in 54. That's also correct. 40 years ago, we calculated probability problems uphill in the snow both ways. Remember when I play games quickly? I've gotten so slow lately, I don't know why. I've watched Jorbs a lot, I've watched Peasant a lot, and both can be really methodical and take their time on turns, and that's rubbing off on me a lot, where I'm like, I used to think I was slow when it took me like a minute to decide what to do. Now it's taking me 5 minutes. I'm like, yeah, this is normal. I could just use Neurotoxin to do a -1 on someone who's not Kaargra. Like, -1 on Soulslayer Parith guarantees that if the environment pings the seed, it doesn't destroy the seed. And even if this does destroy a seed, then it does 1 damage to each non-villain target, which is then not adding a favor point. -1 makes us not get a favor point off this one, because this is not like damage dealt this way, it's just reduced damage dealt by that target. It's not taking me 5 minutes, it's still a minute, but now with 4 minutes of procrastination. Let me tell you that even though I'm talking about other things, my mind is still in the background working. It's a computer, it can multitask. Okay, not really, but I'm bad at multitasking, but I am idly thinking still, even if I'm not communicating it. Reducing this damage by 1 doesn't stop a favor point. Reducing this damage by 1 doesn't stop a favor point. This would stop a favor point. This would stop a favor point. You can keep telling yourself that. Also, this would be a favor. Well, we don't want to use up the -2, so. Or +2. Like, this is a chance of preventing a token. This is a guaranteed token prevention, so I guess we hit the Aurum Hive-Minded then. We get an extra damage somewhere, but we don't want to hit a thing. Unless I can hit multiple targets, but I can't. I'm not destroying 3 targets either. Okay. This would destroy flying stabby knives. We don't want that. And this would return flying stabby knives to the deck. And would make me deal 1 damage. This would not do a thing. Well, I'd move a concept, I'd deal target 1 damage, and then destroy flying stabby knives. So it's gonna be making things up, right? Draw 3, discard 2. We could discard the boards now. I play board now when I can do from the head. Form the head, not from the head. Form the head. Vivid Thoughts. Flying stabby knives! Down beating. So there's no reason not to play flying stabby knives. You already have it, but it allows me to utilize Strain Super Ego later. This plays 1 fragment. We have a fragment. This plays any number of concepts. We play these 2. And these 2 are also useful. Yeah, so it's 2 board nows. Board now is a really good card because you could discard it with making things up. Deal 1 target, 3 Sonic, and put this under a card in play. So yeah, we could put underflying stabbing knives and then do basically the same thing we did last turn. Focus the damage on Kaargra. We only did 3 instances of damage, so we couldn't have gotten a title. At the end of the environment turn, one player may discard their hand to destroy this card. We normally seek for a means of destroying it early, but destroying it right now prevents a token. So who has cards they're willing to discard? Closest would probably be Akash'Thriya. I could play Vitalized Thorns to get a title out. Oh my gosh. I think Idealist like wants those cards. Chrono-Ranger is actually pretty close to discarding. Chronos doesn't have anything effective in play other than Neurotoxin Dart Thrower. Doesn't have any bounties or means of finding bounties. He can get bounties from his trash, which doesn't exist. Yeah. Also, he's on this card, so therefore he's the correct choice. Also, I just literally noticed that's Night Mist in the background. Of all the times I've looked at this card, I never noticed Night Mist in the background. This Chrono's front and center. And I must have just assumed that these were like cracks in the wall or something, just looking at this idly. Like, if you look at it head on, obviously that's Night Mist's head. But if you're focusing on Chrono and you see black in the background, you assume it's a shadow or cracks in the wall or something. Even though there's cracks everywhere, you would imagine these are more pronounced cracks. I literally just noticed that's Night Mist. Target is dealt damage by 5 different sources. You have not destroyed any gladiators. Ha! You tried, but you failed. Unfortunately, you're getting lots of tokens. I don't think we lose, though. Is there a gladiator with higher HP than Kaargra? Oh no. Gonna be an instrument because we have conjuration. We can destroy titles. That's good news. What titles are left? A number of titles. Depending on what title we get, we might want to destroy the thing, so get rid of the heart because we can. The Lyra hits the onslaught already. Sentinel Tactics was destroyed. Compounded Bow can go. Oh no! Anyway. You can have Living Weapon.
This is an even match.
This is hitting Creeping Mold as expected. Unfortunately, that's a title. Or, not a title, it's a favor point. Wish there was a way I could redirect it, but I can't. There's no environment cards. It's a bad time to destroy that. It's useful, is the problem. Not just yet, but it's useful. When a player plays 3 cards in one turn. And Akash'Thriya is dealing damage. But is currently the lowest, right? Yeah. But we can do a round of powers for free next turn. Medico could heal the tree for a free hit point. Like, the tree deals itself 2 damage, but Medico heals it for 3. What happens if I, Let's put Mindbreaker on the tree. Oh my gosh. Sentinel Tactics was destroyed, right? Got destroyed by Bloodsworn Exhibition. That's really fun. I don't think we can actually deal enough instances of damage. We still have like, we have Neurotoxin Dart Thrower. Oh, we could do that to reduce the damage dealt to the tree. Like, this is just 1 damage, right? And the tree deals itself 2, reduced by 1. So it's actually like, yeah. I guess we could have also shot the tree on Chrono's turn, but stopping Orm's damage was also useful.
Hey, hot dog guy, I need a hot dog, I need a hot dog. Okay, yeah, over here, hot dog, hot dog. No, not one of those. A hot dog.
So we do have to be really careful with Mindbreaker. We don't want that on Kaargra. Kaargra with Living Weapon does nothing. We lucked out there. I don't think we can do this. Don't think we do this. 3 cards in 1 turn is a tall order. Like, the most likely candidate would be Akash'Thriya, ironically. If she gets another instantaneous maturation. That plus her innate power makes her play 3 cards. But not this turn. Argent Adept doesn't really play enough cards. He would need a combination of things that he doesn't currently have. I guess this would also play cards, yeah. So like Arcane Cadence into Arcane Cadence would do it, but we don't have Arcane Cadence, so that's out. But like we could also utilize like I guess actually it doesn't quite work, because I was thinking we could do Silver Shadow, but it doesn't actually work because the company that involves card plays hits someone else, and the other card plays is the Perform, so that's actually not quite working. But like bottom card play, like bottom card play and a company, or a company there rather. That's happening. Mystic Dissonance. That allows me to like use Bell to destroy anything I want. I mean, like, I'm almost certainly destroying a Gladiator, right? Like, we don't need to destroy Kaargra's title, since it does nothing. We can destroy Aurum. Aurum's the worst one of the bunch. Destroying Aurum then gets us a title, but we can't do that right now, right? Right, this is just draw. 1 damage is not, like, useful, so we discard 2, draw 3 here. We don't need this. We don't need this Sadistic Dissonant, and I don't think Polyphoric Flare is seeing action. Arcane Cadence. All right, we are in the running for Argent Adept getting stuff. So and granted, when I select a Sentinels member, they don't actually have to use their own power. They could use any power, but I don't think reducing damage to Sentinels does anything when it expires. Ooh. Whenever a title card is discarded, oh, shuffle it into the title deck. I was like, oh, we could get a title into play by discarding it, but that's not how that works. That's not how any of it works. Minor deck manipulation, no, but like I could use this to see what the bottom title is and I could put it on top if it's important, but like if I don't want it and I discard it, it shuffles back in, which means it's at random what I get. And there's 3 titles here. After a target destroys a target without dealing damage to it. That can actually happen to Argent Adept, which is, you know, his actual art there. First time this target is dealt damage. Has to deal itself 3 more damage in 1 turn. After you're dealt 6 more damage in 1 turn. Aha, unbreakable. I mean, like, we would want all of those, right? But does it make sense to, like, dig for it? Because it doesn't put it into play. It just, like, tells us what would be entering play, but we also have... Yeah, I don't think it's helpful. Like, telekinetic jab plus some... Like, this does 2 damage to 1 target, yeah. So, like, that gives us damage to Kaargra. And Akash'Thriya could, like, use her innate right now, but, like, is she playing a card? She could just play Vitalized Thorns right now, I suppose, and see what title we get out of that immediately. Is that, like, doesn't make sense to waste her power on that versus just wait for her play phase? I don't think that really changes anything else. Oh, no. It's the expense of 1 damage to Akash'Thriya and a waste of a play phase and then no more power phase. So I don't think that's helpful. So I think we just do the thing we've been doing. I don't think we hit Kaargra with this because that risks Mindbreaker. 5 different sources and she's at 2. And what did we find? After target is dealt 6 damage in 1 turn. Yeah, so we don't want to do too much damage. I mean, it doesn't retroactively include damage at least, but... Unbreakable on Akash'Thriya. So what's happening here? Dark Delusions takes out Soulslayer Parith if we do 3 damage right now. Thing in the Darkness also does it, but without damage to other things, and we don't need that one. So Dark Delusions on Sentinels gives us a favor point, destroys Soulslayer Parith, which is a favor point, and a title. Well, a new title emerges. And then we hit Kaargra, which puts a +2, and then Idealist does damage for a +2. But that also makes Kaargra dealt 6 or more damage in 1 turn. That's the problem. It'd be 3 and 4, which is 7. I guess I don't have to do the damage on Kaargra, though. One way or another. I mean, if I do damage to 2 different sources, I get a favor point. No, it has to be... Wait. How does that work again? In a single turn. 2 more damage at once to multiple non-hero targets in a single turn. So Idealist could still get a favor point that way and put out 2 +2s, which potentially Vivid Thoughts I guess actually if we do... Oh, but I thought we were going to destroy something with... I was going to say we could do Vernal Sonata, but... Our plan was to use Sadistic Dissonant. Actually, that means we're not doing Arcane Cadence then, because I don't want to destroy the Lyra, do I? I guess I don't care about the Accompany of this Rhythm. It's only 1 damage. Yeah, if... And this also... I'm doing the damage to Kaargra with Writhe. That's 2... Yeah, 2 and 3 is fine. Okay. I think that works. What are the other titles? We're like gonna get all of these. Be nice if we could get Death Caller on Argent Adept. I don't think that's happening. When a player plays 3 cards, does that count this as well? Like, it does, right? Because we were talking about this in Vengeance mode, how when La Capitan plays the top card of another deck, it counts as La Capitan playing that card for whatever purpose. So this would count as Akash'Thriya playing cards, right? Has to, right? I mean, I don't know. We could control who's highest. I don't think it matters. We might. Well, they're at 12 versus 10. I don't know if we're winning yet. How many cards put Kaargra back into the game? That doesn't do Kaargra. There are no more Kaargra cards? Pickle fans. Oh no. We don't want too many tokens, but I don't think we can control that. We're gonna get too many tokens and lose. But then Edessa also puts too many tokens in and we lose. We're probably losing. Kaargra's not returning though. All the Kaargra cards are in here. There's only the 2. Okay. Really? Wasn't there another one? I guess it's just this one was the one, because this one puts cards under Kaargra. There's not one that says make Kaargra a target and put a card under her. Not the combination of them. So we just have to worry about Fickle Fans here. Fickle Fans would give us a lot of tokens right now, but if we gain too many tokens, then... yeah, then we lose. Unless we can win before Fickle Fans comes out. But like, we're getting a token for destroying Parith. We're getting a token for doing 2 damage to multiple targets with Idealist right now, which can change, of course. 2 damage to multiple targets with Dark Delusions. So that's 3 tokens, which already puts us in the lead. If we destroy Aurum, we also get a token. Puts us at 14. If Flying Stabby Knives works and deals 2 damage, we get 4 damage and 4 damage. So that will give us 3 tokens, puts us at 17.
This is an even match.
But then, like, there's just a lot bad with that. Maybe the correct play is to not play. Jeez. The chance of Fickle Fans makes this fickle. If they get Fickle Fans, Like, we can almost certainly destroy Kaargra, fairly sure. Maybe? Maybe not. It's like, we want to prevent her from getting unbreakable. So we don't want to do more than, we don't want to do 6 or more, like, on this turn, which we're currently doing 5. Puts her at 7. Flying Stabbing Knives deals 4. Puts her at 3. Chrono-Ranger deals 1 at most. We'd need 2 extra damage for Kaargra to be destroyed. Admittedly, the environment could do it. No, we discarded surprise shopping trip. There's actually cards in here that will do it. Well, this, okay, no, this does deal 2 damage. All right, so there's a 1 out of 11, except not quite because Rift and Times exist. But this is tough. What if I don't destroy Aurum? If I don't destroy Aurum now, then we definitely get Death Caller by Argent Up's next turn. Like, it either comes into play when we destroy Soul Slayer or when the start of villain turn happens. And so Argent Up can get Death Caller, which gives us a token for destroying Aurum and a token for getting a title. Destroying Parith will give us a token for destroying her. And a title goes into play, which potentially we can, well, we don't want to get titles though. Trying to minimize tokens. We want to stay at 12 to 11 so that if Fickle Fans comes out, and this is not strictly speaking like, this is one's actually the harder one because there's 2 copies of it. This is the one where you have to do probability stuff. So it's a 2 out of 8 that it comes out in the first card. This isn't going to do anything, or it's going to destroy stuff, but it's not going to actually put the title in play because we're going to have, yeah, start of Villain Eternal Pass, yeah, so we're not worried about that one. Anyway, 2 out of 8 for Fickle Fans in the first card. Into 6, or no, wait, yeah, yes? What if they play, what if 2 Fickle Fans get played? Well, then it's just, nothing happens. If nothing happens, that's okay, I think. Alright, so if Fickle Fans comes out first, that's a 2 out of 8. If it comes out second, it's a 6 out of 8 that it didn't come out first. And then a 2 out of 7 that it came out second. I'm just gonna do the math here. I'm pretty sure that my play is just to let Fickle Fans maybe come out. 2 out of 8 plus 6 out of 8 times 2 out of 7 comes out to be 13 over 28. Hey, that's almost the probability that both of my children are boys. That's a 46% chance of Fickle Fans. I guess an easier way of thinking about it is the probability that I get 0 Fickle Fans and then take 1 minus that. Well, that would be 1 minus 6 over 8 times 5 over 7, which is 13 out of 28. Aha! Look at that. Math works. Math is consistent. Okay. So 48% chance of at least 1 Fickle Fans coming out. To be more precise, I would need to probably calculate the probability of like exactly 1 coming out, because that's what's ideal. But 2 Fickle Fans coming out is totally fine and would actually be a neutral turn for the villains. 0 Fickle Fans coming out means that we get either 2 Gladiators or a Gladiator and Bloodsworn Judgment, which would actually be bad. But this would be a token to the villains. This would be 4 tokens to the villains. This would not be a token to the villains, but would slow us down by a significant amount. This would be 0 tokens. This would be 0 tokens. So, yeah. I'm sitting here on Akash'Thriya HP, but I don't think it really matters who regains it. Like, we could try to game it so that Kaargra hits the same target twice, and then no tokens get added, or well, 2 tokens get added twice. But we could reduce her damage, so it'd actually be 1 token. We're not gonna do Dark Delusions this turn, probably. We want to do just like 2 damage to Soulslayer pair. If we could just like fling to darkness to do that, like, bit of a waste, but allows us to still use Idealist's innate. We don't have a +2 yet now. I feel like the Coliseum is making fun of me. But yeah, if I do that, I have to make sure I don't do 4 damage to Kaargra, but I'll use up the +2. Neurotoxin Dart Thrower. That'll be 3 damage to Kaargra, and then like we don't have to use Flying Stabbing Knives on multiple targets. Like, we could do Vivid Thoughts, and if it puts a fragment into play, I guess the problem is that this could accidentally do damage to get tokens. Like, what are the fragments that deal damage? Deals up to, so that's safe. Deal each non-hero target 1 is safe. Might be fine, actually. Sound Beating is the dangerous one. If that comes out twice, but it can't because there's only 1. There's 2. It could play Sound Beating twice. Either I do it twice on the same target. Actually, I could hit Orm with it, and then it's 2 damage. Okay. See, I don't want to do 6 damage to a target because then we get Unbreakable. I don't even want this on myself, by the way, because we need to avoid that token. But, you know, we do 3 damage twice, that puts Unbreakable on 1 target. Actually, no, I guess it's totally fine if I put this on a villain target, wouldn't it? Like, I mean, you wouldn't really want it on a villain target, but we could, like, put it on Ashclaw Revelos, for instance. We could also just do the 2 damage. Yeah, we also have Impossible Handling, but, like... So if we get Sound Beating twice... It plays all, right? Put any revealed concepts and fragments into play, the other in my hand, yeah. If I get Sound Beating twice... Sound Beating plus Spark of Inspiration, we don't get any tokens if we do it correctly. What if I get... What's the one that deals damage? This one, right? You may use a power. I think that's... This doesn't... Yeah, it doesn't... Okay. Yeah, I think it still doesn't matter who I give this hit point to for those problems, but yeah, okay. Okay. Sorry, it took me a million years, but I think I finally worked out what we're doing here. And I don't want to Arcane Cadence into Arcane Cadence because this might accidentally give us Chaos Lord. Infernal Sonata be good. Put Instantaneous Maturation on top of Akash'Thriya's deck and maybe do stuff with that, assuming that like Accelerate Nature's Order doesn't work. No Tactics pack. Like Argent, Chrono-Ranger probably wants a bounty someday. I guess we could control that Idealist doesn't play in too many fragments, I guess. I don't know. Put Conceptualize on top and we get another concept that way. I guess that makes sense. Actually, Argent can get Chaos Lord, Arcane Cadence, and then whatever card is played here, and then Conduct, actually. Oh, it puts into play, which doesn't play it, never mind. That would actually be sick, because the problem is I don't want to use the Lyra this turn. Oh, just use spell. Does that change things? Increase damage dealt by those targets by 1. Not really, because we still have this problem where
That one is a truly mighty warrior.
I can't do more than 6 damage to Kaargra on Sentinel's turn, so I can't do a +1 on Sentinels. I get +1 Chrono and Idealist. But I don't think we're getting 10 tokens. This is taking a long time to work out because, like, either we get 10 tokens and win by taking out Kaargra, or we get only 1 token and we get Fickle Fans to give us tokens. I think it's better to assume we get Fickle Fans. Well, not assume, but because it's a 47% chance of Fickle Fans, 53% that we don't get the benefit, but then if we play towards the 53%, then the 47% screws up. If we play towards the 47% though, and we miss it, you know, we have the advantage, but no, we don't. Either we win this round, which I don't think we can do because 10 tokens is a tall order,
These periods are most strange.
or we only destroy Soul Slayer Parith and avoid getting another token. What's the other one? The other one, it's just self-damage, so we don't have to worry about that happening. Okay. I like Vernal Sonata still. And I can just use this innate, and then I can use this accompany. I guess Argent had a damage I didn't account for when I was doing math earlier, but I still don't think we're gonna utilize it. We're gonna flip Kaargra. That's just dangerous. Positive energy is really good. Positive energy is really good. Oh right, put a conjure top. We're getting all the instruments in 5 turns. We would have arcane cadenced into arcane cadence, which would have gotten us the. Well, we wouldn't have had to, but yeah. All right, so we're doing fling here. It's like the safest way of getting rid of Soulslayer Para. And Chrono's gonna do 1 damage here, which will become 3, so we don't get that token. All right. Right idea is not bad. Karate robot. Better than Monster Vid, right? Because Monster Vid doesn't get us 4 damage with flying stabby knives. Oh, I played the other one, which I was thinking I could put the concept into play, but also put this card under. Yeah. I played them in the wrong order if I wanted all the concepts in play, but it's fine. Because, like. Did it shuffle itself into the thing? What happened? Because I did conceptualize, but that shuffles my trash into my deck. But there was also a flying stabby knives in my trash that would have been put into play with the other one, which no longer exists. Bright idea it was. Right, they're both under cards there. That's why they're not anywhere. But this could have put a concept from my trash into play. But yeah, it's okay. I'm not doing things here. Am I? I could just do 2 damage to Kaargra. Better than not doing damage. How many sources? Kaargra's at 3, so if I do damage here, the environment, if it pings Kaargra, puts the Mindbreaker on Kaargra. Which is bad. So I just skip. I guess I could have done 2 damage to a different target. Alright, Rift in Time into Typhoon. One player must put a card in hand on top of their deck. Ooh, Arcane Cadence. Now we can definitely get the thing. Doesn't matter if there's a concept on top or not for that one.
Is an even match.
Fickle fans! All right. We hit the 47%. Oh yeah, I guess there was things. Akash'Thriya can't deal damage. It's a dream. I have the dream right now. Didn't even pay attention to other things. The only other one would be 5 different sources. And Argent Adept is in the lead for this, so sure. Oh, this is not Argent Adept, this is Chrono. Chrono, I don't know. So the complication now is that Tarnus is in play, but it only redirects damage the first time. The first time a villain target other than this card would be the double damage, so we want to use up the damage first. So like we could do that by doing Syncopated Onslaught. Although the problem is, like, I guess I could do the bottom card play and do it that way, because if I use the Lyra, this destroys an instrument. Granted, that does give us a title. And I could just destroy Tarnus that way. Why do 1 damage and avoid Tarnus when I could just destroy Tarnus? Gives me Deathcaller, gives me Tarnus. Or not Tarnus, but yeah. Whenever this target reduces another target to 3 or fewer, destroy that target. So then can we set it up so that Argent destroys Kaargra? That would be amusing. The thing is, though, that we can do 6 damage to Kaargra after that. So we don't need actually to do that, is the problem. Oh, but the other problem, though, we still have Reckless. Not Reckless. We still have... Oh, no. Argent Adept has... Okay, never mind. We're not worried about Unbreakable anymore. They don't need to count damage. We win, right? Destroy Tarnus, destroy Kaargra, get a title. Tokens. Yeah, we win. We could make this cute and have Argent Adept win by destroying with Deathcaller, but we might as well just win, right? Or we destroy a title. Actually, we don't even need like Threshing Brambles, we just win with Chrono. Actually, we don't even need Chrono. We don't even need Chrono. We don't even need the second damage of that. Okay. Well, it took me like 30 minutes to get past the Fickle Fan's potential turn, but thankfully we got Fickle Fans to our advantage. And Fickle Fans is kind of the reason that going for as many tokens as you can, as fast as you can, is not always the best strategy. I've seen people say that Fickle Fans is literally the worst card and that you should just remove it from Kaargra's deck. But that's because you're not playing it right. You have to, you know, be mindful of its existence and maybe let the villains take the advantage for now and steal it from them later. Of course, you don't want them to be at 19 tokens. But still. Okay. So that was game 1. So where are we? Unnatural Disaster? The issue that ended October 5th, 2021. Do you remember what you were doing almost 3 months ago, John? Or exactly 3 months ago? I don't know. Calendars. In another reality, the ley lines of Earth did not attract the attention of the last Processor. Processor? Instead, Deadline's observations saw cosmic events centering on the war-torn Thorathian homeworld. And the heroes of Earth, joined by a courageous Thorathian warrior, prevent his misguided attempt to save reality through the destruction of Dok'Thorath. This one-shot requires Shattered Timelines, Wrath of the Cosmos, Vengeance, and Mini-Pack 5, Void Guard. Advanced Deadline versus KNYFE and Dark Visionary? That's dark, right? Not visionary. Yeah, it's not visionary. That's dark visionary. Oh, but before we do that, let's remember options. Oh, do I have to actually? Let's get rid of all that, and then I think what you're supposed to do. I'm not actually sure though. Oh, you can even do it from the, right, you can do it from the menu, right? But everyone's original now. We got original flavor. And this includes, like, 3 to 5. Because I don't really see this artwork that often. It's kind of weird because I've played with the collector because, obviously, like, I paid for the collector. And I also, like, got the foil variants collection pack. Did I? I think I did. Yeah, I did. I got the foil, and I think I also got the complete variant collection. I think. I don't remember. That was ages ago. The Oblivion Kickstarter was ages ago. Back when Kickstarter wasn't doing crap with NFTs. But I feel like I don't see the original artwork. Well, I think the collector artwork honestly was made before the original for the Oblivion variants, but still. Cool. All right, so now we got that set up. Visionary Unleashed, or Dark Visionary rather, and we have Cosmic Inventor Writhe, pretty sure, Chrono-Ranger, and Skyscraper variant, Extremist Skyscraper, and this is in Dok'Thorath capital. It is with great regret that I destroy your civilization, humans. It is the only way. Welcome! It's fair time for you to stand down, thank you kindly! I don't know if that's Scottish, but that was... It's trying to make a big discrepancy between Lifeline's message and Knife's response. Alright, Knife has 2 battlefield experiences, an energy burn, and overdo it. Dark Visionary has Cerebral Hemorrhage, 2 foresights, and a suggestion. Cosmic Inventor Writhe, which this is also artwork that I haven't seen that often. Darkly Dreaming, Nowhere to Hide, Skiamaki, and Somber Tinkerer. Somber Tinker. Definitely not Scottish. You're right. It was not Scott. It also wasn't Scottish. It was just nowhere close to Scott. Chrono-Ranger, which has Hunted, Just Doing My Job, Kill on Sight, and Ranger's Mark. And Extremist Skyscraper. My kid stopped running around with that voice. Alright, Aggression Modulator, Compulsion Canister, Rebounding Debilitator, and Tectonic Chokeslam. This is artwork that I've absolutely not seen before. This is absolutely not seen before. Absolutely not seen before. I kind of like the completionist or foil artwork, whatever, because like that one was actually like intravenous. I don't know where this is. Someone can inform me as to what this is, but I have no idea what that is. But yeah. Alright, so advanced. Whenever a catastrophe card is destroyed, Deadline deals each hero target 3 infernal damage, which means that you generally don't want to avoid or destroy catastrophes. Maybe on this side. On the flip side, whenever an environment card is destroyed, each hero character card deals itself 1 psychic damage, which this just destroys all environments itself, so. This is the extra damage advanced game. So calculated orogenesis. At the start of the villain turn, play the top card of the environment deck. Then that environment card deals each non-villain target 2 melee damage, which means that the environment gets a token. Wait, we're not playing Kaargra anymore. Writhe. You want to shuffle your trash into your deck? Or do you want to discard 1 card? you're gonna shuffle your trash into your deck. Although the deck was probably stacked to be completely awesome, and when you shuffle, it's destroyed entirely. Not destroyed, but you know. Alright. So, Atomic Enclave deals damage. Generally, we just ignore that. Akash'Thriya deals damage to the lowest, making them lowester, but... This is Cosmic Inventor Writhe, and we have Skiyamaki. We get Shadow Cloak, and we can prevent first damage dealt to a hero, which is pretty nice. Is this if damage is dealt this way? Yes. If a hero character card is dealt damage this way. But it's also like shuffling your trash into your deck doesn't really bother most of us. So you're not in risk of flipping unless you unnatural disaster us. When you flip, do you shuffle your trash into your deck? No. I forget, this is Deadline's homeworld, isn't it? Isn't he Dok'Thorath? So he's saying it is with great, you know, it is with great remorse that I must destroy your world, except it's his world. Lifeline, what are you doing? Lifeline slash Deadline slash line. I don't know. Not much to think about here. We have a small degree of deck manipulation here, considering that Deadline plays 2 cards if there aren't enough catastrophes. We can at least determine whether that's going to happen or not, so... Like, we're not using Foresight, right? So, Cerebral Hemorrhage to just hit everything, like... I don't think there's really much reason to not hit these things. They're not indestructible, right? That's the challenge rule. Catastrophe, or, and bear with me on this, Catastrophe. Destroying 3 cards is pretty bad, but... Yeah, and that would happen, because... Unless he gets a 3rd catastrophe, but that would still happen too late, so... He's not flipping his turn, is the thing. I guess we put Subduction Super Zone. That one's like... net neutral. Well, not really neutral, but... We could destroy it, or we could let it happen, and it's almost the same damage. Assuming we can destroy it, which... Okay, so of these... Like, it's just Skiyamaki. One target deals itself damage. Search deck. Draw cards. Like, this power could have just been draw 2 cards, and it, like, would have been great. But we also prevent the first damage dealt to a hero. So... And Writhe is the lowest, but could discard for this. You could double up on Writhe so that Shadow Cloak plus Cosmic, or Shadow Projector would, like... do stuff. Is there anyone who's liable for self-damage? I mean, obviously here, but that's not quite what we want because that prevents us from overdoing. Not that we plan on overdoing, but... I mean, we would probably want this effect on Chrono with Hunter and Hunted eventually. But we're not quite there yet. But it's probably fine to just put on Chrono. This is hitting knife. We could just prevent knife's damage. It's probably the best bet. Although, it's either 2 damage or 3 damage, basically. Right? Actually, it is 2 damage for sure. It is 2 damage for sure. To which we could just double up on Writhe so that we don't have to shuffle our trash into our deck. It doesn't even matter. Like, what? Skyscraper, take it. Bounty? I don't think I mean, this does draw a lot of cards. I don't know that I want it to be destroyed with Hunter and Hunted, though. I don't know that I want Hunter and Hunted, though. There's a lot of damage that Chrono would absorb. Either the AoE on the advanced, or the AoE here, or one of these instances, or the flip side damage. We gotta just do kill on sight. I'll probably put it. It doesn't matter. We'll just put it there. Could also not play a card and draw 2 more, or 1 more, draw 2 total. Sudden contract, that's good. By any means, it is good. Play a link or move a link from my trash to my hand and play the bottom card of my deck. Or I go huge. Since I'm not destroying a target, ideally just target 2 sonic damage, or I could just not use the power, but... I could prevent 3 damage from happening. I think we save the compulsion canister for after there's a by any means on deadline. When it says you may either, I presume that you may means I don't have to. I could skip. Doesn't matter, I'll just use the power. I'll play Rebounding Debilitator, I don't want to play 2 links. Vortex Hyperstimulator. I don't think it's worth putting on deadline because most of his damage is irreducible. Flipside damage is irreducible. And then the catastrophe we're putting out is irreducible as well. Which one is it? I guess the other part is it deals damage to himself. But he needs to have dealt damage for that to actually work. Oh, this one. Where is it? It's this one. No. What was it? Gone. It's this one. But it's not happening this turn. Only if you need more links in combination with her small size. That's right. There's also this. I guess we could just do that. At the very least, it makes her tiny better. Aha! Thank you for reminding me, Minion Prime number. Freedom Fighters. I don't think I care about this damage. I have a -1 anyway. Yeah, I don't care about that damage. Speedbound Ravagers! Hitting itself. I don't care about the 1. Oh my gosh, it's Abduction Super Zone. No way. And we got 3 catastrophes. The trash has Skiyamaki. That can totally go back into the deck. And Deadline did not deal damage. Oh no. So the problem is we are destroying 3 cards. But we could just destroy 2 battlefield experiences. And a Foresight. We have nothing to suggest. We could suggest next turn. Precognition is kind of overwriting my innate, but allows me to use my innate on the environment, for instance, or to just move the card that I left on top or something. Like, you only play 1 card. I mean, putting that on Freedom Fighters is reasonable. But then I would have to... I guess actually it's fine. We don't have to play Link Incursion. We could do Aggression Modulator and play Compulsion Canister and bottom card, and that's totally fine. Also, all the links could just be destroyed. And that's totally okay as well. So we're getting 4 catastrophes, so it doesn't really matter what we put on top, it's just going to be destroyed. I guess we want the worst one on top. Which is this one. Put the worst one on top so that it just gets destroyed and we don't have to deal with it. Not every day that we want the worst card on top. Fight and Fade is really good. I can put the Shadow Cloak into play. I mean, not this turn. I mean, it's in general really good because I can put the Shadow Cloak in play and then play a card that destroys the Shadow Cloak without the Shadow Cloak being in play at the start of my turn. Shadow Cloak gives me a +1 too. I don't want to do damage to each non-hero target, though. We want Freedom Fighters to go off. In my trash. Don't need irreducible damage. Don't need an extra power. I guess we just do Erratic Form. And prevent the first damage to... Sky. And now, discard a card to draw a different card. I don't think we're really using any other power but our innate, unless we were using, like, Nowhere to Hide for extra powers. Oh, we have another Erratic Form. Ha! It's not limited. That's amusing. What would you say are the chances that we destroy all environments with Skyscraper's random play? Oh. Whoops. could have also not had the deadline deal that damage. What we're playing is if this is a current one-shot, so I can't undo. +1 here. You're not tiny. Look at how tiny she is. Thorathian military! We have one of each type. We have a civilian, a minion, and a Thorathian. A civilian, a minion, and a Thorathian go to a bar. This is not a good setup. John is back over 200,000 points and needs to recklessly gamble them. Well, how can we set it up today? Would be an appropriate thing to bet on. It could simply be, will I win this match? But it's a bit too late for that. I mean, I think we'll be fine. Let's put it that way. Next time on Dragon Ball Z. Does order matter here? I don't foresee it mattering. An over-under on how many heroes will be in-kept. Because I think only predictions can only have two choices, right? So A or B. This is 1 damage, so no. Orbital bombardment deals 2 damage. Wasn't there's a hero card somewhere that says reduce damage dealt by non-target environment cards, right? I'm not making that up, right? I forget which hero has that though. I think it's an Oblivion hero. Mainstay, yeah, it's Mainstay, you're right. Technically, that's not an Oblivion hero, it's mini pack. Yeah, Sweet Rhonda, that's correct. Man, if only we had Sweet Rhonda right now. This doesn't matter. So we could destroy 2 battlefield experiences. And the aggression modulator, because it's not next to anything. Could destroy the Shadow Cloak. And draw a card off of it. And get it back with Skiyamaki. Which we don't have. Whoops. Rather, we can get it back with Fight and Fade. Yeah, that one. Because, like, this is irreducible, right? Irreducible, yeah. Destroying battlefield experience. This card is destroyed. You may draw a card and play a card. I mean, we could just destroy it and play Focusing Conduit Blade. And Energy Burn is hilarious. We could play Overdo It. We could play Overdo It and then play another card. We also draw a card off of it. I don't see why I don't just destroy 2 battlefield experiences here. That's why I put them into play. So then the question is Aggression Modulator or Shadow Cloak, but I imagine that we're just starting with 2 battlefield experiences. I think the game wants me to play Flawless Execution. I'm getting a feeling here that the game wants me to play Flawless Execution. Get Destroy Focusing Conduit Blade to play an equipment card. Like, none of those. So no. And get Destroy Overdo It. Aha! Is there any reason not to destroy Shadow Cloak here? We have Erratic Form. Fight and Fade gets it back. I guess because Ataxia Sphere goes after Writhe, in which case you have to discard a card. And then this isn't reduced, so I guess we don't destroy Shadow Cloak this way. We just destroy the Aggression Modulator. Oh no! Unleashed Hurricane! Oh yeah, there's also this damage. But Shadow Cloak doesn't actually care for it. And we didn't destroy Shadow Cloak. I guess it doesn't matter because like Fight and Fade like searches my deck anyway, but there's an Umbral Siphon in my discard. It's actually fine for another effect, but nah. The one that says, hey, you do yourself damage. The Unleashed Hurricane? No, not that one. It's actually, where's the H? This is, I was like, where's the HP recovery? This would prevent the HP recovery, but nah. Extra card plays. I can play Primed Punch and destroy it immediately, and then Energy Burn. It's like, go big, go home. Big damage. And do another Primed Punch next turn. Although I don't know that I'm playing Flawless Execution. But sure, we'll do it this way. I guess actually Primed Punch would have done the same damage if I used it as a power. Except I wouldn't be using my innate, which is actually 4 damage. So actually, yeah. 5 plus 4 is more than 5. Suggestion, right? Suggest something. Suggest Atomic Endglaive. And then I don't need to control your deck. I like Magnetic Pole Shifts because we could just destroy cards that react well. But no, we're not doing Catastrophe. That'd be catastrophic. I want Freedom Fighters or, and bear with me on this, Freedom Fighters. The -1 on lifeline actually makes that not as good. Can we win? We have one bounty still, right? But, like... yeah, we're not winning this turn, I don't think. Fairly confident. There's no environment cards in play, so we don't really want to go huge. Currently tiny. I'm just gonna play another erratic form. Because I'm just that erratic. Oh, good. Distorted Perception. It's a really good card because you can discard it. Grasping Shadowcloth is good. That's what we've been searching for. And I wouldn't have drawn it if I didn't have 2 erratic forms, so deal with it. It was the correct play. Visionary is the best person for this. By far. Not even a question. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Put this on Writhe and we could just Shadowcloth the rest of the game. I guess we have to destroy the Shadow Cloak. But that's why we have... what did I play? No, we have Fight and Fade, yeah. We have Fight and Fade. Don't we have another one? No. This has to be in play. Oh, we discarded the one that we put on top. Whoops. Guess that was not correct. But I have a feeling that it doesn't matter. I could just destroy the link on Cosmic Inventor. Because, like, next turn is big damage turn again. So, like, why do we even care about Deadline doing things? They don't actually return links to hand, do we? Well, I guess we do. Undetectable relinking, yeah. But it's less common than base Skyscraper, whose innate tiny power allows her to return 2 links from play into hand, or 1 link from play into hand, or 2 from the trash. One of those. I think it's 1 from play or 2 from the trash. Otherwise, you just play double compulsion canisters every turn and return them to your hand. Problem is, the cards I have make me go huge, and I would rather play those cards, so I don't really want the Destroy Link to stay tiny if I'm just going to go huge. I want to keep the links in play. It doesn't matter anyway, but, you know. Min-max. Typical min-max. Hey, Ataxia Sphere's gone. Is this where we get unnatural disaster because I screwed up? Nope. Catastrophe that doesn't matter. And a catastrophe that doesn't matter. Deadline had an off turn right before got wrecked. I think I just do literally the same thing. Like, do this for damage. Because my innate power's fine, or I could even do this. Because the game's over. So what have we learned this game? We learned that any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. Na 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 na. Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it, bow, meow, meow, now, now. Or, and bear with me on this. $420. You win! A fitting end to Deadline. Took himself out. Next one is Challenge Progeny. Ew! Ew! The challenge rule is that he does 5 scions. Well, scion cards. Right? Scion cards don't destroy other scion cards upon entering play until there are 5 or more scion cards in play. Ew. Do I do it or do I put that off a week because it might be long? I don't know. It's 9:15. Do I go long? I already streamed on my personal stream this morning for 4.5 hours. Been streaming here for 2 hours and 9 minutes. Do it! Do it! Do it, 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 stop! Now freshmen do it! There's a weird, stupid song from high school marching band. Not like from marching band directly, from just hanging out with people doing stupid crap during football games. We have KNYFE again. KNYFE's a nemesis. Chrono-Ranger's here again. We have Fugue State Parse. Wraith, who can provide damage minuses. And we have Action Hero Stuntman. What could possibly go wrong? Alright, we'll do it. But since we're doing it, John, since we're doing it, I need to do this in a different window because this is annoying in the small chat window. Sorry, are you calling me? Yes, I am. Can I type? Give this 2 minutes, sure. There is a prediction for those of you watching at home that want to win some points. John has over 200,000 channel points and he wants to bet them on something. And someone put 10 points on yes. Someone else put 10 points on yes. Someone else put 10 points on yes. The default bet is 10 points. But if you bet more, you get more of the cake if you win. And someone put 54,000 points on no. Oh, actually, that's all Iron Moose. Wow. Sorry. It's one person that did 10 at a time. My bad. And John spent 54,000 points. So it's either 30 points to John or 54,000 points to Iron Moose, or someone else can join in. It does do the 1-2 things in regular chat, indeed. Raises bet 10,000 points. Which unfortunately means that Iron Moose now gets far less of the cake if he wins. It just did on the first message. Yeah, it doesn't show on the first message. Actually, it shows on my end. Oh, I misread your message. Oh, neat. I didn't realize it doesn't show the 1-2 things in regular chat. Oh, it does. Right. Yeah, for some reason, when you make a prediction and then you send a message, like it's kind of the same as like anything that modifies your appearance. Like Twitch is weird. Like if you change your name color, the first message you send will look like it's the old color, and then the second and subsequent messages will be the new color. But to everyone else, the change is immediate. And then if you like change your icons as well, like if I go and I remove, can I remove my mod icon in chat? If I do like chat appearance, I guess that's not it. How do I? Maybe there's a way I can. Oh, if I hit this button. These badges, your role and subscriber badge will always be shown. Yeah, so I can't actually hide that, but I can hide some global badges if I want, like the primes, the Amazon Prime or whatever. Who writes the blurbs for the one shot? That would be John. All right, let's do this. Predictions over. Let's do this. Thunder and Mud. The heroes emerged from the tunnel to find a massive form standing in a magma chamber with liquid hot magma pulsing red as it took on the fiery nature of its surroundings. KNYFE grimaced. This will not be easy, get doing. Or whatever. Chrono-Ranger nodded and drawled. Right neighborly of them to put a bullseye on their forehead, I reckon. Suddenly, a blast of energy from Progeny rocked the heroes, leaving them scattered. Jim exclaimed, Thunder and Mud! Enough is enough! Because he actually does say Thunder and Mud. This one-shot requires Shattered Timelines, Wrath of the Cosmos, Vengeance, Villains of the Multiverse, and Mini Pack 4. Yeah, like Thunder and Mud is like the Silver Gulch 1812 or whatever year Silver Gulch was in. That's Chrono-Ranger's hometown, but that's like a saying from Silver Gulch, like it's like saying "Oh my God" or the Midwestern "Ope." which I'm pretty sure it's a Midwesternism or an Ohioism, where if someone from Ohio bumps into someone else, they go, "Oh, sorry, didn't mean to do that." The "ope" is Midwestern. Oh! And I do it sometimes without even thinking, but I make fun of it a lot too, so it's kind of hard to tell if it's natural or not. Lock and load, mise. All right, this is Stuntman. Lock and load, mise. Just put on the blockbuster performance. In Canada, it's mainly that we apologize if someone bumps into us and it was their fault, right? In Canada, if you bump into someone, you go, "Oh, sorry. Here, have a glazed donut. Have a glazed donut, eh?" Yeah, that's me being stereotypical there. But it's mainly based off of my viewing of How I Met Your Mother, because it had like pretty stereotypical Canada jokes at Canada's expense. Action hero Stuntman has Kuke Koot, no time to bleed, stylish armor, and the usual solution. Take off, you hoser! Fugue State Parse has critical multiplier, impossible shots, and revealed flaws. His Canadian is way better than his Scottish. My pop culture Canadian is way better than my Scottish, but yeah. Wraith has grappling hook, mega computer, micro targeting computer, and trust fund. And KNYFE has amplify combatant, battlefield experience, flawless execution, and infiltrate and obfuscate. And Chrono-Ranger has displaced armory, kill on sight, neurotoxin, dart thrower, and terrible tech strike. So the challenge rule: Scion cards that destroy other Scion cards upon entering play until there are 5 or more Scion cards in play. At the end of the villain turn, Progeny deals each hero target 2 energy damage. At the start of the villain turn, if there are any hero character cards with fear that's 10 HP, Progeny flips. Blah, 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 blah. He regains hit points. He plays extra card. No, he doesn't play extra cards. The first time he's dealt damage, he must discard a card. That's the one we're on. So hitting Progeny right now involves him regaining 2 hit points and us discarding a card. So it's actually not beneficial to hit him unless it's to reduce his damage, like with neurotoxin, dart thrower. Fortunately, we don't have stun bolts. But we do have stylish armor. Until the start of your next turn, increase damage dealt by Stuntman by 1, and you may play a card. Do we even want to? I guess this one's not forced. May deal that target. So I guess it also includes magma. Magma. Liquid hot magma. I don't think we want Kuke Koot when we don't have like exciting stuff. So stylish armor and no time to bleed. And just bleed cards. I guess we're not discarding, but yeah, like yeah. And it's only the first time he's dealt damage, right? The first time Progeny has dealt damage. So if we can like combo it effectively, that'd be nice. Isn't that like the polar opposite of... I guess not. Damage dealt by Progeny is irreducible. Damage dealt by hero targets is irreducible. I was gonna say it's like literally the same art, but it's not. Because this one is, of course, Mainstay versus Progeny versus this is Progeny with Harpy. Actually interesting. Harpy's on this card. And Captain Cosmic, of course. I guess it was well established that Matriarch turned into Harpy in the Sentinels lore. I didn't follow the Sentinels lore. I don't know much Sentinels lore, but I know that, like, she was the first of the Oblivion heroes to turn... Or, yeah, the first of the heroes that in the Oblivion expansion, the villain turned hero is the first one, right? Because like I think Matriarch was like only a villain once, or had like only one big fight, and then Matriarch went under Night Mist's wing and became Harpy. Yeah, and that's why like some of Harpy's cards kind of reference Night Mist or use the same sort of sort of magics. Her story got rebooted once or twice. Got retconned. One of the annoying things about Sentinels lore, but this has been mitigated by the podcasts. Christopher and Adam reading letters to you. Christopher and Adam. Yeah, one of the annoying things was that like the Sentinels lore you could only ever get by like not like through any official channels, but through like discussions with other players or messages on the forums or statements made by Christopher at Gen Con and stuff. But it wasn't until the podcast that like I started really getting some knowledge of Sentinels lore. Like I knew nothing about Sentinels outside of like, or Sentinels lore outside of the letters page is an official channel. Yeah, that's what I mean. The letters page, before it existed, there wasn't an official like sort of place where you could get this information. So like when someone told me like, oh yeah, this stuff happened and this stuff happened, I was like, how the hell am I supposed to know that? That was my voice back then because I was younger. How the hell am I supposed to know that? I presume critical multiplier, right? We don't want to. I guess I mean like, of course, Sign of Blight works well with Parse, right? So we want critical multiplier, sure. Play the bottom card of my deck. Snap Decision. Hey, that's a discard. Mainly it was the flavor text and the bio stuff. Fair enough. The bio is like one paragraph in the manual though, so. But yeah. Probably just trust fund here. Mega Computer mitigates the damage on the environment side, but there's no guarantee that we're getting damage. I guess this mitigates the fiery crystallization downside. I mean, it mitigates the crystalloid behemoth damage as well, but I want to get set up. Discard equipments for Chekhov's territory. Yes. And for red eyepiece is good. What bombs is good? Combat stance is ick. We do want ongoing destruction. Although we can't destroy this one with retcon. We can't destroy it with retcon. But like it's, well, other than the fact that it destroys our stuff, it does destroy Scions, which other than that it's, but this one might be bad. It destroys equipments that are good for Wraith. Those are the only two ongoings. There's also obvious futility, which, yeah, damage by Progeny's irreducible is the worst part of that. You can mitigate the damage reduction many ways, so we want to keep grappling hook for that. Discard combat stance because it like doesn't work. Discard throwing knives. I guess it's the only damage that works with micro targeting computer. I guess it's mega computer. Well, I'm not doing damage. It would be net positive, but also discard. Which I'm not. I don't want to do yet. I don't want to do damage. This could just be ongoing fodder. I could also just skip and draw 2. Because, like, none of these... This one will never work. There's no villain target with the second highest. There's no targets. This is a target-poor villain. You know, instead of a target-rich environment, it's a target-poor villain. Yeah, skip. Sounds good to me. Kinetic neutralizer is good. But now, Chrono-Ranger, your mission is to mitigate Progeny. And someone... Parse? Someone... Parse needs to discard a card. There's never going to be 2 more villain ongoing cards, is there? Increase the next damage dealt by knife. And before self-damage. Liquid hot magma. Or target the highest. It's 0! It's 0 many ways. And then this is going to be 1 except for a 2 and a 0. Oh, actually, it's also a 0 there. Huh. Thank you, Stealth. Magma. Liquid hot magma. I guess I could Kukahoot an usual solution. It will force a discard, but like +1 here, +1 here, 4 and then 3, except heals 2, but still. And it destroys fiery crystallization. In case we're worried about it, because I guess it's not, there's no Magmarian just yet. It's probably the best time to leave it in play, honestly. Not even... Because, like, there's no Magmarian, so it's no negative, and when a Magmarian does come out, we get to benefit from it. Because magma crystals, like, equipments are magma crystals, so discard 1 to draw 3. Discard to use a power. Discard Progeny's damage. Discard once, I guess. Reduce damage dealt to things. So I guess we don't destroy it then. And I don't want to play Kukahoot when I don't have like damage to offset it with. So like, just skip and draw. Hey, moving target. Discard Impossible Shot to play Impossible Shot. That costs 2 to draw 1. But I do want to discard, right? Because this goes into play, and we're probably going to end up playing a card that deals damage anyway. I want to keep Reveal the Flaws, though. Because we might need that to get past damage reduction later. Although we do have, like, mitigation. But... So I guess we could, like, discard someone else's thing. All of those cards are good, though. I guess Infiltrate and Obfuscate is just dead, so that's the candidate. And we're doing the damage immediately, so we might as well give the +1 here. Yeah, that's why I want to do the discard. That's what I just said. But why male models? Dude, we literally just discussed this a minute ago. Oh, no, I'm not making fun of you. I'm just, I love that line. But why male models? Dude, seriously? We just talked about this a minute ago. Knife discards Infiltrate and Obfuscate. Gauge. Gauge is a really good card because we could discard it. I guess I could use it sometimes though, because like if I don't want to discard and I know that I don't necessarily want the bottom card, I can mitigate Progeny or know what Progeny's doing. Not strong manipulation because I only look at one card, but since we already discarded, we're doing this anyway. Hey, critical multiplier. Awesome. Bottom card. Wraith or Chrono? Stuntman doesn't have the +1, so I don't think it's him. Plus he has potentially dangerous stuff. He could in medias res randomly, which is not very powerful when we're one turn after him. If Stuntman plays in medias res, he's like, oh, hold on, I'm not done with my turn yet. Parse, hold on, I got more stuff to do. But, you know, it'd be better to do that on the environment turn, you know? So Wraith, we haven't found an impromptu invention yet. There's a 3 out of 31 there. But we could accidentally inventory barrage, which would probably be fine because there's no equipments to destroy. We could also throat jab, but it would expire immediately. And then everything else would be fine. Grappling hook destroys the environment card, so it's okay. I mean, it has something to destroy is what I mean. Combat stance would be not helpful. Da 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 da. What's the most dangerous thing that Chrono can do? Like, if he plays like Hunter and Hunted, there's no bounties yet. Bounty board, but we already dealt damage this turn, so Progeny doesn't force a discard. Eye on the Prize lets us play a card from our hand, which gives us Displaced Armory, I suppose. Doing my job allows us to get cards on Chrono. I feel like it's a net positive. Like Chrono doesn't have any negative cards. That's totally fine. Buffer overflow. More cards that we don't want to discard. So I guess we don't do Snap Decision next turn. We instead do Buffer Overflow and then do Gauge. And that allows us also to not necessarily need to use Gauge for deck manipulation as much, because we could always use it to bypass a terrible card. What would actually be terrible? Sign of the Storm? Just because extra card plays are ass. Sign of Flame is mitigated by just damage increase. Time of Tribulations we can destroy directly. Obvious Futility, I mean, destroy it or ignore it. Other than the damage reduction, we can't reduce his damage anymore. Hour of Reckoning we can destroy now with Temporal Grenade, but this does mean we end up with a round of nothing, and we might actually just want to destroy a Scion card at that point anyway. I don't know. I guess we could just Infrared Eyepiece, huh? Why have Parse do Snap? Why have Parse do Gauge when Wraith has Infrared Eyepiece? This is the best card. Or we get a random Scion card for fun. No. No. +1. This is 4 damage, but he heals 2, so it's 2 damage and a discard. I don't think it's worth. I think we just, because of the Blight. Like, the Blight's the worst Scion. Like, when I first, I don't know, I go back and forth a lot, but like, my original ranking of the Scions was like, Scion of Frost is the best one, Scion of Blight is the second best one, Scion of Storm is the worst, Scion of Flame is the second worst. But I've kind of turned around, and I feel like Sign of Blight's the worst. Because, I mean, obviously it synergizes with Parse, but until you get like if Sign of Blight is the first Scion, you have a hard time getting hand size whenever you hit Progeny. But also Sign of Frost is bad because, you know, you can't actually make progress against Progeny. The fight gets prolonged. Instead of 90 HP, you have to do 130 HP or whatever based on HP recovery, so it's bad as well. But I'm still pretty sure Scion of the Storm is the worst. Scion of Flame is probably the best Scion because, like, depending on the team, of course, if you have a team that can't do damage reduction at all, then it's ass, but, you know. Jim's hat, but I don't have card draw. Kill on sight would be card draw, but Progeny won't leave play, is the problem. I'm using the dart thrower, so I don't need, like, the bow or anything. I don't get multiple powers. Terrible Tech Strike would be best on a turn where, like, Chrono has +1 damage. Or plus N damage, where N is the number of bounties in play. Also, we haven't used up Knife's +1. She still has a +1. I can get an additional power if I dig up Ultimate Target. Well, the thing about Ultimate Target is that I don't actually get that extra power until Progeny deals damage. And that extra power would be Neurotoxin Dart Thrower on Progeny's turn, so I don't need, like, other powers. Neurotoxin Dart Thrower is all I need. Just get her to +90 damage. Exactly. That's how we would win this fight. Only one non-hero target, and that's Progeny, so that's not helpful. Like, I don't feel like playing this. I could play it to get Jim's hat, but if I'm not playing another card, then there's, like, no purpose in playing it right now. I'd rather play Kill on Sight on, like, Crystalloid Behemoth or a Magmarian. It's better to keep, like, Displaced Armory until I get, like... I could draw more cards with skipping, but I want to reduce his damage by 1. Like, that's kind of important. If I don't do extra damage, then he does heal an extra hit point, but, like... I'm not worried about his HP right now. As long as he has damage reduction, I'm not really that worried about what he does. And we know what he's playing too, so like... We do want that -1 because of that, but... I think I skipped this. But still do this. Discard Bounty Board. By the way, we're not playing for the greater good on Knife's next turn. Unless you want that plus damage to be used up on Knife directly. Do we expect Stylish Armor to get destroyed? The only way it gets destroyed is if Progeny does like this, but like we can mitigate it with the factors we have now, or Time of Tribulations will probably destroy because these heroes are very equipment rich, except Parse. Parse doesn't have equipments, right? Discard the bounty and bring it back with Bounty Board when you want it. Well, Bounty Board puts it into my hand and not into play, which makes it slightly worse. I mean, I will admit that Kill on Sight's not even that good of a bounty. I'm just thinking someday for when I have Hunter and Hunted, which is not today, so could be fine to do kill on sight. Yeah, sure. Just doing my job. Well, we're getting Magmarians. First one is Inner Core Tunneler, which is not the best one. I mean, it's 2 damage to Knife, 1 damage to Wraith and Knife and, or not Knife, Parse and Chrono. I don't think that's worth discarding a Magma Crystal for. If it was Time of Tribulations, it'd be different. So. I mean, Stuntman has not taken damage. Stylish Armor plus Neurotoxin Dart Thrower. And I suppose, other than the fact that we're destroying 1 equipment card, we could leave the Inner Core Tunneler there, and then this like goes off for sure, even if we get Time of Tribulations or something. Do I want to destroy the Inner Core Tunneler to save the equipment? I'm not worried about the damage. Don't really want to waste knives plus damage, but I guess like we're not just gonna build it up to 90 slowly, are we? I was kind of hoping to do Kukukut into usual solution. Do I want moving target? That gives me a power out of turn, but my current power is this, and I'm not guaranteed that I have use for it. I need damage dealing powers. Like, this power's fun, but I kind of need stuff to build off of. If I get 2 critical multipliers, I actually do. Yeah. 2 plus, you're right. Well, there's only 3. Did get the second one. But yeah, I just have to discard 45 cards instead of 90 cards, huh? You're right. Like, Wraith wants to do impromptu invention into something. Like, she wants to do setup, she doesn't want to do grappling hook. Man, if only you kept the card that said if there were 2 or more environment cards in play, destroy 1. Whoops. I guess we could Temporal Grenade, but we were hoping to do Neurotoxin Dart Thrower, though. I guess I could just do Kukukut into usual solution and be okay. I guess we don't really want Kukukut with moving target as much. I guess I don't have to destroy it. I could just do damage to it, is the other thing I was thinking about. But we don't have that much damage yet, and most of our instances of damage we're doing are damage reduction to Progeny. Dragging this out to do that reminds you of when we did the Omni Cannon shot over 8+ hours. Good times, back when I had free time. Alright, who wants to discard? I don't really feel like throwing knives is going to be used. Like stun bolts or infrared eyepiece plus stun bolt is the ideal. I could just destroy fiery crystallization. There's another one in the deck. Actually kind of better for this to come out after all the Magmarians are out, it feels like, instead of starting with it, because I don't want to keep destroying equipments. If I destroy Fiery Crystallization, I don't care about Magmarians, I don't care about Inner Core Tunneler. Yeah. Like, this is, like, it can be a fun card, but I don't think I want it just yet. Do you only do damage to heroes? Yeah. But this one hits each target. Oh, you're immune to fire. Never mind. This is not a decision to make. Read the card. I'm not discarding this turn. I want this. And since I didn't discard, let's do this. Beginning of the end. Nope. Stun bolts. So I think we want then the utility belt and play stun bolt and do infrared eyepiece plus stun bolt. Next turn we can do micro targeting computer. Since we didn't know what, since we moved the top card, we don't know what he's playing. So infrared eyepiece this turn is necessary. So yeah, utility belt in play. Stun bolt. Let's see what you're doing next. This one is awesome again. The other card had text on it. I think it was it Form of Harbinger again? Probably should have paid attention. Chat, you could tell me what came up. I'm sure there were people that paid attention. So Parse wants to avoid discarding except for Snap Decision at this point, because she doesn't have card profits yet. Syntactic Analysis is what she would like to play. Discard Snap Decision to play Syntactic Analysis. And do it on herself, maybe? Be selfish with it? Get rid of Flawless Execution, I guess, because that's not too helpful. Not playing for the greater good. Because that would use up the +1. You don't want to hit Progeny. Could just do Battlefield Experience, or could just skip. Skip's probably better. Want to get to more damage increase stuff. Plus, this also gives us cards that we could discard if we want. Energy Burn's good. So now, with just doing my job, I guess the problem is I want to discard, don't I? I guess I'm not. I guess I could use Syntactic Analysis to discard a Parse card instead of using Snap Decision for that. What if I discard Reveal the Flaws? Because at this point, we have enough deck manipulation that we can just avoid obvious futility. I think I'd get the hat now. Always be discarding mega computers, I guess. I guess I was also thinking of discarding Snap Decision for that, huh? Oh well. We discard it for this. Aha! Everyone, discard cards. Fairly sure everyone has a card they can discard. Aha! Yeah, might as well give this to Chrono. I mean, we could buff up KNYFE, I suppose, but I don't think we're doing that strategy. Can't use 3 infrared eyepieces. For the greater good, we're not likely to use it because of the plus damage on KNYFE. Plus KNYFE takes beatings from Progeny. Cards. Still no bounties. Well, we had a bounty, we lost it. There's a bounty. Hey, it's a Magmaria. Hey, it's a Magmaria. Man, if only we had if only we had magma crystals. Whoops. And thanks to Stun Bolt, this is 0. Actually 0. No, it's not 0. Sorry, KNYFE. Oh, and this is permanent. I thought it was just at the start of return, destroy this card. Fair enough. In that case... Oh yeah, we do have smoke bombs, don't we? You're right. In that case, we will do moving target, even with the +1. And we shall play Pistolet Mitrailleur. Training montage. Oh yeah. Oh, I discard Reveal the Flaws now? I think I discard Reveal the Flaws now. I guess I'm playing it. Better to play it than to draw it. Other than if I expect to have an equipment destroyed. Also, we want to like get all the plus damages and whatnot. Someday we're gonna have Hunter and Hunted. Damage reductions will be... Stop. It could increase damage dealt by Stuntman by another 1, so he can deal himself 4 damage! +1, -1. +1. Increase damage dealt 2 and by. Yeah, it's +1 twice. Does not seem correct. On the other hand, I could just use this, can't I? How many pluses do we have on Stuntman? 1. So 1 +1 +1 to Progeny, and then I could play a card afterward. I don't have to deal myself the damage here. I thought this was I have to deal myself damage to play an ongoing card. It's deal myself damage to draw more cards. The power, right? That power deals damage, that damage is irreducible, that doesn't matter. Would like to do more damage here. Mounted bow would just be 4 damage. This would be 3 damage. Yeah, I think that's better. Four damage. Oh, because we also have Kukaku. Wait, what are all the pluses going on here? Oh, the plus from the innate, right? Plus innate here, +1, +1. Yeah, so it's actually 3, but it's 4 to Progeny. So it's the same damage as Compounded Bow, but we can play this. I'm gonna take more damage. I don't care if it's like 5 damage, 4 damage, whatever. Draw 2 cards. 4 damage is totally worth 2 cards. This one, right? Well, that's not bounty board. Well, it is bounty board, not. That's not the one I wanted. Sudden contract, that's the one I'm thinking of. So I wait until a turn where I'm hitting Progeny, which is this turn? Maybe not with Stun Bolt. If my infrared eyepiece doesn't find a good card, then I want the other infrared eyepiece, so I don't do this yet. Plus damage, more HP recovery. Scion Flame's the best one. Does that mean he's actually hitting Stuntman, though? Maybe. I feel like a discard. Good turn for energy burn. Amplified Combatant does good damage. Primed Punch is good damage with the Nemesis bonus. This is also good damage, but you can go. Pretty sure we do damage this turn. That's a lot of damage. If I increase it by 1, it's going to be like 6 and 5 or something. Some number of pluses. But this would also do more damage. Do I expect other powers to go out of turn? I guess I could have destroyed Stylish Armor with Magmarian stuff, I guess. In which case, when his card is destroyed, get equipments and then play a card or use a power. I could have done more damage that way. Only really this, where when damage is dealt but prevented, redirected, or reduced. And I expect that to happen at least once. Either that card is destroyed or damage is redirected. So I'll do the plus. And if I'm gonna get that to happen, I want usual solution to go last then. I think. I don't know. Maybe it would have been more damage if I just did the damage, but whatever. Energy burn? Look at knife doing 7 damage. I have 2 card plays. Just doing my job to discard for 5 cards. And what's the timing on this? If you discarded a card this turn. Makes me feel like we're not doing it this turn, are we? Unless we use buffer overflow, but we already stacked the top card. If I do just doing my job, I'm more likely to find Sudden Contractor by any means. If I do Eye on the Prize, I can dig for it, but then I don't have Eye on the Prize when I'm super set up, which I like to have Eye on the Prize for that. There's Mark. There isn't a bounty in there because we played bounty board, so our bounties are in our hand for some reason. I'll just do my job. I guess we could put a bounty in the trash in Ranger's Market. Or we could just do my job again. Sudden Contract, there you are. John, you stacked this deck terribly, even though I shoveled it. I still blame you. That's all of me. I'm discarding cards that destroy environment cards because, well, I don't need the ongoing destruction part as much. I do still have a temporal grenade though. We're halfway there, sort of. Could I just destroy the behemoth? I mean, obviously I can with the usual solution, can't I? If I do this, how much damage? +2, +1. So like it's 5 and then 4s. Except it's gonna be another +1, so it'd actually be 6 and 5s. Puts the behemoth at 6, which is actually not enough for it to kill itself. If I destroy this, though, it goes to a player's hand, and then these go off. Oh my gosh. I could discard it to draw 3 cards, so I have cards to play. Oh my gosh. I play usual solution to get the crystalloid behemoth to then discard it and draw 3 cards. Oh my gosh. Welcome to Action Hero Stuntman deciding what should happen in a fight. This is his stage. I mean, yes, obviously here, but... These 2 heroes have 0 cards. Whoops. I don't think we're doing another, just doing my job in that case. Let me just double check this key fact. Increased damage dealt by Stuntman by 3. And then a +1 here, so it's 4. And this is 5 fire damage, so it would put Slow Behemoth at 6. We just destroy it straight up. And 4. Reduce damage dealt to selected targets by 1. Ooh. Any player that does may draw 3 cards. Yes. Oh my gosh. Hey, it's still 0. Ha! Yeah, still 0. Okay, so I get to use a power. And that power shall be all my unstunts. Which... So Progeny played a card, which means Stuntman use a power to make Stuntman play a card, to make Stuntman deal damage, to make heroes discard. So do you know where we are in this nested operation? Do you know where we are? Now Progeny deals damage. But wait, it was reduced to 0, so I get to use a power! Action Hero Stuntman is a totally balanced hero with no exploits. I think we're fine. I mean, we were fine like 2 rounds ago, but I think we're fine. Draw more? I only have like what? +4 damage, +1, -1 to myself. Totally fine. What else am I gonna do with this HP? I don't have powers though. That was my last power. There's a power. I think we're fine. Well, we're gonna lose the pluses though, but... And then Knife takes her hit point again. Oh, but then this actually goes through. Oh no. Oh, but I get to, aha, aha, oh, aha, calculated. This match brought to you by Stuntman. Well, I was Scion. So, Ray's bet 10,000 points and won 63,838 points for a profit of 53,838 points. Iron Moose bet 30 points and won 192 points for a profit of 162 points. So yeah, as mentioned, the big difference between the bet amounts means that Ray's gets significantly more than Iron Moose because of proportions. So yeah, that was I'm happy I played that match. That was good. That was fun. And your Christmas gifts are coming early this year. All right. So that will be it for Dolphin's Dive this week. We stream every Thursday at 7 p.m. And we expect to stream next week as well. And I think my annual tradition is that I play one game from each of the Handelabra products, time permitting. We'll try to keep them simple games, so we're not going to do like England 6 on Powers Long Forgotten, for instance, in the Spirit Island. We're not going to do like Fearless Cerberus with advanced I forget what they are, things. We're not going to play super difficult Aeon's End match. We're probably just going to do something basic because I'm terrible at Aeon's End. Sentinels, we're probably not going to do a one-shot. We'll just play some classic game or something. I don't know, Baron Blade with the Freedom 5. We just want to do like a montage of the products, I think. Fiends, yeah, that's what they are. And John says bottom of the 9th, to which I say, not a bad idea. Except I have to learn the game, is the thing. Maybe that will be the finisher if I have enough time. But yeah, that will be the next week's agenda on December 30th on New Year's Eve. But yeah, that is it for this week in Dolphin's Dive. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to check out the other streams we have on this channel. Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. is Handelabra Live with John. Every Thursday at 7 p.m. is Dolphin's Dive with yours truly. Every Friday at 4 p.m. is Luck of the Seamus with Seamus the Hug Monster. And he said that he might be on tomorrow because the COVID issues have made his holiday plans fall through. So be sure to attend his stream and give him company to make up for the lack of holiday festivities. Saturday at 2 p.m. is Spirit Island Saturdays, but not this week because that's Christmas Day. And it's also not next week because that's New Year's Day. So 3 weeks from now, 2.5 weeks from now is when the next Spirit Island Saturdays will be. But, if you want to be a guest on Spirit Island Saturdays because, for instance, you just earned 53,838 points and you don't know where to spend them, well, you can spend 20,000 points to be a guest on Spirit Island Saturdays. And you have 2.5 weeks to decide whether you want to be on the next one. But yeah. We haven't had many people claim that reward, but it is there for the taking. You do not need to be an advanced Spirit Island player. Before this point, I would say you also get to demo the multiplayer before it's beta or public beta, but now it is public beta, so you can play multiplayer in the public beta and report all the bugs that you find. Do bear in mind it is not the final product. And then you can also contribute towards bug finding and reporting because, as I said, it's a beta. It is a public beta, and we absolutely want people to play it. But anyway, Spirit Island Saturdays. And yeah, Sunday at 6 p.m. is Tales from the Archive with another letdown. I have no idea what his plans are, but if he so decides that he wants off for holidays, so be it. You can check out the Handelabra Twitter to find more information on when streams will be. Or if streams will be, as it were. Follow me at twitch.tv/LogicDolphin or at twitter.com/LogicDolphin or at YouTube if you search for Logic Dolphin or on Discord. Friend me at LogicDolphin number 5454. No one's done that yet, but yeah. If you so want to be in contact with me, you can also find me, of course, in the Handelabra Discord at discord.gg/Handelabra. And I also exist in the realm of Discord, although I have that channel muted, so I don't pay too much attention to it. But the official Handelabra Discord I do not have muted. What else? Handelabra products include Sentinels of the Multiverse, Bottom of the Ninth, One Deck Dungeon, Spirit Island, Aeon's End. I did it out of order. They are all available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices, and Spirit Island is not on Switch, but One Deck Dungeon is. I don't know what I'm saying. But, I think there's a holiday deal going around. Be sure to check it out. Also, I think they announced that One Deck Galaxy is going to be worked on in 2022, or coming up on the agenda, pending, One Deck Galaxy's release, of course. One Deck Galaxy is made by Asmodee Games, or is in the process of being made by Asmodee Games. I don't quite know where the production is on that. I know I kickstarted it, but I don't know when its release is to be. Plus, with how shipping is in the pandemic, plus the Suez Canal, plus, various international factors. Who knows when it'll be? The demo's on Tabletop Simulator, fair enough. I don't have anything else to say. I hope you have Merry Christmas, you're enjoying your Hanukkah, or whatever holiday festivities you have, the Festivus for the rest of us. But enjoy your holidays, and I will see you next week for the Handelabra... What's the right word for this? Handelabra demo? Not really. Handelabra overview? Yeah, I mentioned we're taking Saturday off. But yes, happy holidays, and I'll see you next week.